Hello, everyone. My name is Brendan Faulkner, and welcome to Village Core, where we live our mission, which is to connect, share, learn, and build intergenerational connections for mutual learning. Entrepreneurs and youth tech minds join forces with senior wisdom and skills. Today, we'll be discovering Kanopy and what services it has to offer, and also how you can access Kanopy simply by using your library card. So the way that Canopy works is it is a system that is run through your local library, rather than something like Netflix, Hulu, Disney Plus, other things like that. Canopy is designed to be free, but through the use of a library card. So if you're somebody who has a library card, and if your library runs, if your library has joined the Canopy service, you are able to access the free movies that it has on here. So rather than going to the library and picking up a CD or anything like that, here you can access movies that you may like, and older movies, and more recent movies that you may be interested in. There's things like new releases that have recently been added. There's newly added documentaries, world cinema. There's different types of series. There's kid shows, and there's tons of other things that you can access, even things like PBS and other things like that. So the way that you get started with Canopy is simply by creating an account. And um, by creating an account, you simply have to set up everything. You simply have to go through the process of setting up everything. And by using your library card and the numbers that are posted on the back and accessing your local library, which mine would be Carlsbad City Library, I can access all the movies that Carlsbad City Library is offering to me. So these movies will change depending on what movie theater, or not what movie theater, what library I am part of. So if you're somebody who lives in Florida and you're trying to access this on your local public library, these movies might be different. They might not be the same as what we're seeing here in front of me, but it should roughly stay the same, dependent on where you are and what movies they're offering. So there are some movies that are more recent, and then some movies that are older in date. We have things like The Whale, which was released in 2022, and then we have other things that were released at a much later date, that you can access here. So also, how this works is essentially you're given 24 what are called tickets. So each ticket can be used to kind of watch a movie. So if you wanted to start this movie right here called Bergman Island, if I were to start it right now, I believe one of my tickets would be used. Or no, it's not. Interesting. But the way that tickets work is essentially you watch movies, you use your tickets, and then you go through and they refresh every single month. The tickets that you are using, let's see, we can learn more about tickets. So tickets are used to play videos on Canopy each month. You receive a set amount of tickets from your library, and the tickets reset on the first day of each month. And unused tickets do not roll over to the next month. So essentially, this means if you're trying to watch a movie that costs a certain amount of tickets, you can see how many tickets you have. So like 24 tickets, or like I have 24 tickets currently. There are 24 tickets remaining in my account. And then I can also browse titles, and see the number of tickets required to watch each film and how long you have to watch it. So everything, everywhere, all at once, as you can see here, it costs two tickets to watch it, and you have 72-hour access in order to watch everything. For things like Father Brown and other TV shows, it will cost you more tickets. Things like this, you have access to season one for 14 days, and then you can go through and you can specify how many tickets you want for the shows that you're watching. So it really just depends on what these movies cost ticket wise. Like this movie right here cost two tickets to watch. I have 72-hour access. I can add it to my watch list. I can also see that it comes with subtitles. that it's not yet rated, and that I can also switch language as well. We can also see the browse function here where I can choose from the different types of movies that I want to watch, like how we have Real Romance in February, new additions popular this month. We also have the different genres like drama, documentaries. We have animation, short film, and instructional. So if I wanted to find all the drama movies, this is where I'd come and find them all. If I didn't want to type in a movie name. At the same time, if you're looking for a specific movie, this is where you can come and you can access a specific movie right here. So if I were looking for, let's say I was looking for, let's say I was looking for the movie Alone. I would type in the movie Alone, and then here we have all the different types of series, yeah, the different types of series of being alone in the wild. And I can watch the entire series here, dependent on how many tickets it costs. So for this, watch episode one, you get access for 14 days. It's around 9 hours of runtime for the entire series. It would cost me around 5 tickets. And then of course I can see the counter up here. It's essentially like Netflix, except instead of Netflix having a lot of the bigger name titles, this is where you'll find a lot of the smaller name titles, or there oftentimes there are big name titles as well. But typically you'll find the smaller name titles on here. So if you're really looking for like a specific movie, this is where you can come, find it, stream it, and have access to it and be able to enjoy it. As well, if you have any grandchildren or smaller kids, or if you have any grandchildren or any kids who are very young, you can also access the kids section, where you can access all the kid shows, all the storybooks, the read along storybooks, story times, all that good stuff right here. You can access it, you can see it. If you want to click on the different types of titles that they have here, of course, you can watch them at whatever pace you want, but of course, you still do need to pay for these with tickets, which this one actually doesn't require tickets. Some of these require tickets, some of these don't. I believe the entire kids section is actually free without any tickets, but the entire section of adult movies requires tickets in order for you to watch any of these genres of movies. As well, you can cancel anytime. It's not it is a subscription service, but at the same time, it's not one that you pay for. So you can cancel anytime. You can also switch to any other library. So if you move away, like if I were to move away from the Carlsbad City Library, I could access a different library where I could access different films and see other things like that. I can also watch the movies that are popular this month. So if I can access it here, popular this month type of movies. We can see all these movies show up that I can access right here, right now. So there's a lot of different films that I can access that are popular. And then, of course, going into things like this, you can link different devices, which means essentially is you can have movies on an iPad, an iPhone. You can have them on your desktop computer. You can have them on different types of computers, anything like that. You can link your devices through an activation code, and you can see all your movies whenever you want them. I also do believe. You can also see the trailers of these movies. You can see the people who are the different types of tags in the movies. You can see the features as well. And then, of course, you can see things like the director, what language it plays in. You can share it to other people, or you can add it to a different playlist of your choosing. So if I were to pick this movie, Anita speaking Truth to Power, of course, it would cost me tickets, and then I'd be able to watch it. The only thing about Kanopy that is different from other streaming sites is that you're not able to download the movies and take them on the go. You have to be connected to some sort of connection in order to watch these movies. So if you wanted to watch these movies on a plane, you aren't able to because you aren't able to download them. um, because you're only given a limited amount of time for each movie, so downloading them would defeat the purpose. But you can see things like Elon Musk takeover, Twitter takeover, and other things like that. You can also see really big name movies from different directors, like Memento from Christopher Nolan, and other things like that. So there are some pretty big name movies that are on here. You just have to dig around a little in order to find them. But Kanopy does refresh and it does add new movies each month, just like your tickets will be refreshed each month. And you can access all the movies that it has to offer right here whenever you'd like. So that's the great thing about Kanopy is you always have that access wherever, whenever you want, but you can't download the movies. And of course, if you are trying to watch them in a different language, you do have to specify by looking at the language section. If it does have other languages, some of them do, some of them don't. They're primarily in English. But you are able to find different movies that are in, let's say, Spanish, French, German, Japanese, other languages like that. You are able to find them if you look hard enough. Um, Other than that, there's nothing really else to offer about Kanopy. So we want to thank you all for connecting, sharing, and learning. You'll be able to find a recording of this session on our website, villagecore.org, under the events page. And please remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel, VillageCore, for all past and future events that are upcoming. So thank you so much for watching, and that's about it.